All right. Hello. Hello. Welcome, everybody. It is Larissa, and we're here for our weekly Lunch and Learn, where each and every week I explore topics to help you elevate your mindset and be at your best and radically expand your life and business. And today I'm talking about something really incredibly powerful. I'm talking about the simplest way that you can clear your mental chatter, that you can silence your mental chatter to find the peace of mind that you desire. Okay. So, really important topic, really powerful topic. And what I want to know is where you're coming in from. And if you're tuning in by replay, type in replay in the chat. And if this is your first time here, type in first time in the chat. So, I know some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Larissa McCooch, CEO of Abundance Academy, where we help high achieving women who know that they're destined for more bridge the gap from dreaming to doing so that they can have a life and business they want and love. And I think this is something we're all aspiring to have, all aspiring to bring into our lives. Now, I remember a time where I used to have a lot of trouble going to sleep because I had so much mental chatter. It does not happen these days. I am able to silence my mind so much better than I ever did before. But there was a time where I had a lot of mental chatter. I would go to bed and I would be reviewing my to-do list. I would be thinking about what I had to do the next day. I would be thinking about my day and people who had hurt me. I'd really be thinking about bad events and how awful my life was. And I would loop these stories and play these stories inside my own head. And I remember thinking, it's like nothing ever works out in my life. Yet when I look back on it, everything has always turned out way better than I've ever expected. So let me know if you can relate to having some constant mental chatter. Maybe yours doesn't come when you sleep. Maybe yours is happening throughout the day, or yours is happening while you're trying to be fully present for a conversation with somebody. But mental chatter is something that so many people out there experience. And most of what we say to ourselves is a lie. It's only our perception of reality. Now, today I was out for a walk because, I like walking. It makes me feel really good. And I saw one of my neighbors. I passed by one of my neighbors, and he's a Maple Leafs fan. He's a bachelor. He's a pretty fun guy. He's the kind of guy that'll sit on his porch all summer long. You walk by and you always have a conversation. And the first thing he did is like looked at me and kind of scowled. He's like, "I'm old, I'm cranky, and I'm getting fat." And I thought that was very interesting. And I got really curious to really think about, or to really look at why he had this perception of himself, because he's barely 50. Yet if that's the perception of himself, that's how he feels. And today he was shuffling, he was chipping away at the ice like a cranky, fat, old man, just like he called himself. And that is not who he needs to be. However, that's who he's telling himself he is in his mind. And so you really do step into who you want to be. You are who you practice to be. And this week, we actually are continuing our self-image intensive with our clients. We're doing an 8-week deep dive into self-image work, something that they have been begging us for such a long time, because we are who we practice to be. And sometimes when we actually take the time to evaluate ourselves and who we are and improve it, we start making these little tiny changes that are just incremental. They're little tiny, seemingly tiny changes that, when added up, they turn into something exponential in terms of results. And that's what we're doing, is we're really evaluating ourselves, who we are, so we can come out better on the other end and set ourselves up for the success we desire. So what's really important is that we tell ourselves a better lie, tell ourselves a better story, get in the habit of telling ourselves better and better things. And only recently did I really realize this way of thinking that I was stuck in, this mental chatter, this negative noise. Okay, it's almost like negative news that just keeps playing in your mind. You know how the news never seems to stop? It's like negative news that kept playing in my mind over and over and over again, I realized that it was a habit. And as soon as I realized that, I was just blown away. I was like, wow, it is a habit. Everything that comes out of your mouth is a habit. Everything you think is a habit. Everything you feel is a habit, right? Your bad feelings, my bad feelings were a habit. And I had no idea. I didn't even realize it. The bad actions I was doing, I knew actions were habits, but I didn't really think of those types of actions as being habits. And so when I really started to reframe that the negativity in my life, whether it was my thoughts, my feelings, or my actions were just a habit, I was able to set myself up to do something about it and actually change it. And the second I did that, it worked so much faster than ever before. Okay. So I think it's cool because it's easier to push the reset button when something goes wrong, right? Things will go bad, things will go wrong, but it's so much easier to push the reset button these days. There are so many more moments of happiness. There are so many more moments of bliss. There is so much more relaxation in my life and less things that are draining me than ever before. So I think when this renewed sense of optimism started to come into my life, it just started to escalate things in ways I'd never imagined. Now, why am I telling you this? Why am I sharing this with you? Because if I can change it, you can change it too. If millions of people around the world have had bad things happen, have had negative experiences, have had negative things in their lives, and they can come out on the other side, so can you. So the question is, do you want more calm and peace in your life? Raise your hand. Let me know in the chat if having more calm and peace in your life is appealing to you. Do you want to quiet the mental chatter in your head? Or are you happy having that negative mental news just play and play and play? And are you ready to see things that you desire turn into a beautiful reality? Big, shiny, like a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? Are you ready? Because if you're ready to gain clarity and really find that inner calm that you desire, this is why we're here. Okay, this is what we're talking about today. Now, a little bit of history. When it comes to Buddha actually held that the human mind is filled with drunken monkeys, flinging themselves from tree branches and just jumping around, chattering nonstop. Okay, if you could picture that in your mind, that's a very vivid image. And he meant that our minds are in constant motion. Okay. And this idea of mental chatter isn't something brand new. It has been around for the test of time. It's been around for a really long time. Yeah, Kelsey loves this. Yeah, absolutely. Now, mental chatter, it sounds like you reading a laundry list of things to do in your mind. When you have mental chatter, it's like you reading that laundry list of things to do in your mind. Your mind is listing its fears, both real and imaginary. Your mind is recalling hurtful things that have happened to you in the past. Your mind is judging the present. Your mind is creating catastrophic what if scenarios in the situation. That is all BS, and it doesn't have to be this way. You are born the image of perfection, and God does not make mistakes. God does not make mistakes. And you are here for a reason. And so I want to give you 3 ways to be able to calm your mental chatter and move forward in spite of any obstacles that come your way. Okay? Just got a call coming in. I'm going to silence that call. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to get a paper here. So the first thing you can do to silence mental chatter, you've got to stop keeping everything in your head. The best way to calm down in order to speed up is to get it out of your head and get it onto paper. If the mental chatter is happening here, you are not qualified to be able to decipher what's going on and to create a change, because your mind will come up with many, many scenarios and your mind works at warp speed. So one of the best ways to get it out on paper and out of your head is using this model. Okay, some of you have seen it, some of you haven't. This is what we call and refer to as the stick person in some of our work. Okay, this is the thoughts that you think, those are the feelings you have, and these are the actions. Okay, so really important to break it down into thoughts, feelings, and actions, because sometimes if you just write and journal about what's wrong in your life, you ain't gonna feel better. So on the left side of your page, you're going to write the bad thoughts, the yucky thoughts, the thoughts that aren't serving you, the actual words that are happening in your head. Then you write the negative feelings or the current feelings that are not serving you. How do you actually feel? And then what you're actually doing. What are you doing? What actions are you taking or not taking that are keeping you right where you are? On the flip side of it, after you do all the negative, you go to the positive side and you look at the thoughts that you would prefer to be thinking. You write out the feelings you would prefer to have. And then you write out the actions that you desire to take or not to take in order to move forward and get the outcome that you desire. Really, really powerful tool. Some of you know this. Some of you already are very familiar with this. Some of you use this 100 times a day. Okay. So the idea is you write the bad, you rewrite to the good, and then here's the key. You practice the good. You don't just write it. The baby step one is getting it out of their head onto paper. But once it's out on paper, you actually have to practice it. Okay, so get it out of your head, get it onto paper, and practice it. And what we call this technique is a reframe. Okay, so you're reframing from one situation into another. And this is a fantastic way to clear the mental chatter. Let me know in the chat if this is helpful to you, and let me know if this is resonating with you, because I think this is an absolute game changer. And many of you are familiar, but I want you to practice it. I want you to practice that 5 times a day, 10 times a day, 100 times a day if you need. So let me know if this is helpful to you. Now, the second thing to clear mental chatter and to really help you find that inner calm, okay, how to clear mental chatter and find that inner calm, clear the clutter. Clear the clutter. Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of that which you desire, and you can't help but get it. This is not philosophy. This is physics. That's an Albert Einstein quote. And everything is energy. So everything holds energy. And my words hold energy. My heart is holding energy, right? I'm beaming love to you. I'm beaming good wishes to you through this device. That is holding energy. Everything around you holds energy. My water holds energy. Dr. Emoto, he actually did studies where he looked at the impact of positive and negative thoughts on water molecules. And negative thoughts were able to impact water molecules and destroy them. Whereas positive thoughts of love, thoughts of good, took these water molecules and turned them into something beautiful and brilliant. They actually photographed them. That's just your thoughts, the impact that your thoughts can have on water. And so it's Hidden Messages in Water, fantastic body of work, but it really goes to show you that everything is energy. So if you are feeling like you have so much mental chatter, that means you've got too much stuff going on in your world. You want to start clearing things in your calendar, right? If you've got a lot of stuff in your calendar that's not helping you, that's not serving you, that's not making you happy and filling your cup, get rid of it. Clear the physical space around you. Go clean your house, go do your dishes, go tidy your desk. Close open loops. If you have unfinished projects or unfinished business, if you have unpaid bills or finances, any transactions that you need to close, go close that business, go finish things that you've started. And if you don't want to finish them, commit to eliminating them from your list, but get them out of your world. If you have negative relationships that are taking your energy, physically remove yourself from them. And if you can't physically remove yourself from them, put up a bubble of energy and mentally remove yourself from them. Okay, you've got to clear the clutter and clear the noise around you, because as soon as you have less noise, we are creatures of our environment. The environment we have around us is so key, and all of these things are taking our energy. And if they're not adding to our energy, if the things in our lives aren't adding to your energy, they're actually taking away. There is no neutral point. Things are either benefiting you or they're taking your energy away. So you decide which way you want it to be. All right. Third and final point. Practice stillness. Practicing stillness is an incredible way to clear the mental clutter, to stop the noise inside your head. Now, some of you are like, oh my goodness, the idea of meditating and sitting in quiet is just like so desirable. Thank you for the reminder, Larissa. I'm so going to go do this. If you're that person, add it to your list and make sure to do it today. If it's something you've forgotten and you can get into, go do that because you know it works. If you're one of these people that's tried sitting down and just can't sit still, it's almost like you've got ants in your pants. You may need to do a little bit of preparation to being still. You might have so much built up energy that you need to let go of. So go for a hard run. Go punch a punching bag. Go do something. Go sing at the top of your lungs. Go do something to let your energy out and blow off steam. Get the energy that's built up in you out of you. And then you can get yourself to a point of stillness and quiet. Maybe not 5 minutes after, but later in the day. But you've got to do something to release the energy before you can get to the calm if you've got this energy building up, because it just escalates, and then you're trying to calm down and you're just like getting more and more tense. So you really do need to practice stillness. However, sometimes you may need to let off some steam, let off the energy before you can get yourself in a position to do that. This really became prevalent for me when I realized for monks to prepare to meditate, right? They do martial arts and movement types of activities in order to prepare their physical body and mind to meditate. Because, I mean, who wants to sit in quiet for a couple hours at a time when the body is sore? You want to be in great alignment, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. So practice stillness. Stillness can look like a meditation. Stillness can even look like you literally just sitting in quiet, doing nothing. And if you do that for 20 minutes, I know that sounds like eternity for some of you. If you do that for 20 minutes, I promise you, when you get to that moment of calm, often when it gets to that 15 to 20 minute mark, that's when everything starts to change. You literally just breathe. When you breathe, your parasympathetic nervous system will turn on and you will get out of fight or flight mode. Maybe you just need a nap. Maybe taking a 20-minute power nap is what you need right now to get into stillness. And I'm going to say practice stillness, whatever that is. Go have a nap, go meditate, sit in absolute silence, just doing nothing. And your world, your mental chatter will absolutely change. Do it for a day, do it for a week, every day for a week, do it every day for a month, and let me know what that does to you and your world. So just to recap, reframe, okay, rewrite your reality, get it out of your head onto paper, clear the clutter, physical stuff on your to-do list, projects, business, anything, any clutter in your world, and practice stillness, because the moments of calm are what's going to truly bring the good you desire to you in a really beautiful and really rapid way. So I want you to practice these 3 things. And on February 22nd, we are actually holding an Unstoppable You workshop where you get to explore the best of you and how you can become unstoppable in the moments of excitement, in the moments of calm, and start applying these things that I've been talking about today. And next Thursday, on February 10th, we're actually holding another vision casting workshop. So we held this workshop last week. It was phenomenal. And we had many wonderful attendees and a wait list of people that wanted to come back for more. And so this vision casting workshop is going to be on Thursday, 6:30 to 9 Eastern time. And that's PM, not AM. And it's going to be a beautiful way for you to cast your vision for the future so you can have all your dreams come true. This is the very first baby step. And if you've done vision casting, this is going to help you clarify, crystallize, and refine your dream. So stay tuned for more. If you are interested in the events, we are going to have links up on our site for the Unstoppable You very soon if they're not up yet. And then just message me, direct message me if you want an invitation to the vision casting workshop. There's no landing page. There's no place to go. You have to ask us to attend. Okay. So we hope to see you soon. Thank you for joining me. I would love to know your greatest takeaway from what I shared with you today. What are you going to walk away with? Because insight without action is worthless. What is your next action step today to quiet the mental chatter and find that inner peace, find that peace of mind today? Love to know. I'm going to check in the chat later. Bye for now.